Sounds going.
How about that?
There it
Ain't
is.
technology great?
We're officially on air.
We're officially.
We're live.
We hope.
Move on over deer. Well, right now, it's peak hunting season in northwest Missouri, but a lot of shops that usually process that meat for hunters, well, they're trying to help solve the cattle crisis right now in the state. With the Missouri River Basin being in water conservation mode this upcoming summer due to low snowpack up north, it could have been some cause for concern for those in St. Joseph looking to bring material up the Missouri River. But Transport 360 CEO Bill Becker tells me it's not. Bernie, it is great out here, sunny and 75. I'm shorts and a t-shirt today. Good morning, St. Joseph and Chiefs Nation. We're here with LaRue Bell, the parking meter man at the Chiefs Kingdom Parade when Mahomes threw that bomb to him. New developments with Kansas City Chiefs linebackers coach Britt Reed. The team has now placed him on administrative leave. Well, breaking this morning on the coronavirus vaccine front, the United Kingdom has begun vaccinating its citizens as of today. A 90-year-old Britain woman was the first person to be vaccinated at 6:31 a.m. local time. You feeling lucky, kid? Do you? Well, there's $1.5 billion up for grabs in two multi-state lotteries this week. Tonight's Mega Millions jackpot, it's estimated $850 million.
It'll roll on you. You just never know.
Never know. Oh my goodness, you got me there. That was fun.
We've all seen the video at the Chiefs Parade of a fan going deep for a long bomb from Patrick Mahomes, ending in heartbreak. Patrick Mahomes even wanted to know if he was all right via Twitter. The meter man hails from St. Joseph, Missouri, and his name, LaRue Bell. I had to find out what was going through his mind.
Throw it to me, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He threw it, and I went for it, kept my eyes on the ball, and I hit the parking meter.
What is one word to describe getting put on your back by a parking meter?
Ouch.
With the bruised chest and ego, I could not let him go out like this. He needed another shot. We're here with LaRue Bell, the parking meter man at the Chiefs Kingdom Parade when Mahomes threw that bomb to him. He had the eyes on the ball and everything, and like that, doesn't fare very well against parking meters, but we're going to see how well he fares against other objects on the street. You ready?
I'm ready.
And all LaRue wants in return?
Let me tell you, Patrick Mahomes, congratulations on that Super Bowl, bro. You earned it. You earned it. You definitely earned it. And if I could ask for anything from you, give me a second shot at that ball. You gave Tyreek Hill a second shot. Let me show you what I could do.
A shot at greatness and redemption. Zach Fisher, News Press Now.
Sounds going.
How about that?
There it
Ain't
is.
technology great?
We're officially on air.
We're officially.
We're live.
We hope.
Meet Jim Peets, a Bonanza Beechcraft aerobatic flyer who does air shows across the country. He will be showing St. Joseph his maneuvers at the Sound of Speed Air Show this coming weekend. Jim has been taking off in this specific plane for 16 years.
Did you feel us take off?
Yeah, I did. Right there. Just the moment.
Barely, huh? If you'd have closed your eyes, you wouldn't have known.
No, not at all. Not at all.
His favorite part about flying in the air shows?
We enjoy entertaining people and educating them about aviation and giving them just a little bit of exposure, you know?
Yeah. Is that what you got into the air shows, to
I did.
fly in the air shows?
I did. You know, when I was first learning how to fly and went to air shows, I thought that was the pinnacle of aviation. When you could control an airplane in any configuration and any attitude, you know, an airplane that was seemingly out of control, you know, those were the best of the best of the best.
Oh, yeah.
So of course, you always want to shoot for the stars.
Right.
You enjoy going around different parts of the nation and, you know, kind of finding some similar. People can be different, whether political views or whatever that may be, but it's kind of a cool unifier, right? You
It
can be
is.
a part of that.
Yeah, we don't ask what, you know, we don't care what your race, your creed, your religion, your ethnicity, your political party. We don't care. It's just, it doesn't matter. And there's just a lot of fun things, you know. This thing will really climb, you know, it does a really nice job. And when you least expect it, it'll roll on you. You just never know.
Never know. Oh my goodness, you got me there. That was fun. Oh my, you set that up well. You're a true showman here, Jim.
And in case you wanted a first-person view, we got you covered.
So this is what we're seeing from inside the cockpit. All right, here we go.
Up and away.
All right, now here's where it gets fun. This is where your folks get to see what we see coming around. Woo! How about that?
Oh,
How about that?
there's the river.
All right, roll beans.
Unfortunately, every flight must land.
I never left one parked up there yet, so. All right, 3 green, we are cleared to land. Let's just squeak this thing on. So, did you hear it?
Look at that.
How about that?
Couldn't even tell.
Way we like it.
The Sound of Speed Air Show is this weekend only at Rosecrans Memorial Airport. You can meet Jim Peets and so many other pilots. Zach Fisher, News Press Now.
Cool stuff there.
I'm out here at the breach of the Rushville Sugar Lake Levee, the breach of April of 2019, the 3 separate flood events of that year. 2 years later, April of 2021, we have repairs going on to fill that breach, which could be done before the end of May. How did we get here in the first place? The Rushville Sugar Lake Levee breached in late April of 2019, which left thousands of acres unprotected, leaving some residents to fend for themselves with the ripping and roaring waters of the Missouri River. Jim Wilson, a resident along Sugar Lake, has dealt with floodwaters from the river for over a decade. Because the one thing that is consistent is high water, it keeps Wilson on his toes. He always tries to stay one step ahead.
So my answer to the flood control is a $35,000 camper. I keep sitting here ready to hook and book. I've got a $500 boat over here in case I have to go across the water. I've got a container back here that's watertight and airtight.
Wilson has seen levee repairs before after high water, and rightfully so does not have a whole lot of confidence in a new levee or even this one being completed before year's end.
Well, seeing's believing. When it's in, that's when I'll believe it.
Wilson also added that the only way he would have faith in the repairs was if a setback-style repair was done, which is what Superior Excavating is doing under the guidance of the Missouri Corps of Engineers. Now, the company has been working on the breach for several weeks now and expects the big breach to be filled by the end of May if the weather holds up. Superior Excavating was awarded the bid by the Corps in late wintertime, which was the exciting last step in the process. Now, flashback to 2019, the road to seeing the levee filled seemed never-ending. Rushville Sugar Lake Levee, it's a non-federal levee, which means funding for it comes 80% from the federal government and 20% local match. A state grant in 2019 only made the levee district responsible for 5% of the cost, which was still too much for them to cover alone. This is where Buchanan County enters. The county has leftover dollars from the levee sales tax. These funds are used for the benefit of county property along the Missouri River.
You know, we have infrastructure behind the roads too that need to be protected and so on and so forth. And we felt like, you know, our fair share would be to assist in financing their portion of it. And so we had some monies left over from the levee tax that we set aside for the Missouri River levee. And this is part of the Missouri River levee.
Once the local match hit, funding got the approval, but one more obstacle still sat in the way for the final piece to come into place. Wetland Reservation Protection Land, 3 acres of it.
And it's not the fault of the Corps of Engineers that held this up. It's a WRP tract through the NRCS program that we had to navigate through, and they were helpful, but it's law,
Right.
and we couldn't circumvent any of that, and we had to go through the process, and it's held it up. Have been very vulnerable to flooding, and we still are.
Approval to work on the land comes from the WRP in Washington, D.C. The paperwork was filed by the Missouri Corps back in the fall and was just pending approval.
Step by step, but I think the majority of the delay to fix that breach came with federal land, WRP land.
Step by step indeed, the county cut an $82,000 check to appropriate towards the Rushville Sugar Lake levee, and work was able to get underway, which comes as a huge relief to local farmers in the area who've had property protected by this levee system.
Costly now to put a crop in, and of course we have to have crop insurance, and that premium's much higher, so we're very anxious and grateful to see something happen.
There will be some minor repairs done to the levee system until early fall, but the main goal is filling that massive breach before water has a chance to sneak through, adding to the stack of problems. Finally, a light at the end of a bureaucratic paper-filled tunnel is here. And for those who live along the river, patience grows thin. Even with repairs inbound, it still is hard to be optimistic.
Well, there's a break point for everybody.
Zach Fisher, News Press Now.